La Vida
Boheme.
La Vida.
Boheme.
We're from Venezuela. We met at a UN model.
No, United Nations
Asian
model.
United Nations.
Like
Back in 2006.
back in the days when we were in high school, not so many years ago actually. Henry and I were like a little bit geeky about that. We went to UN models, United Nations models. So we met in one of these models. We started talking about music. He played guitar, I played bass, and that's how the band started.
Yeah. We spent like a lot of time, like when we were starting. We rehearsed at an abandoned office in a building in downtown Caracas.
Yeah.
And
if you don't know Caracas, it's a very dangerous city. To be in the downtown Caracas is very complicated for young fellas to go with instruments and start playing.
There was no electricity,
rock
so
music.
we had still electricity from the hallways. But it's pretty cool because we didn't have to pay for a rehearsal space, so we could be there for hours. Radio Capital, it's the name of the first radio station that existed that played alternative music in Caracas back in the 60s. Nowadays it's forgotten, like they don't play any of these songs. They play like, well, they play like barely no music. They're still, transmitting in AM.
Yeah, it's,
a
little depressing, right?
Yeah, so you could say it's like a metaphor of what happened to Venezuela, that this was a very promising land, and with oil, with riches, and very cosmopolitan, and suddenly, it went nowhere. Like, somebody, pushed the pause button. When I wrote the lyrics, I wanted to be a footnote of, first of all, like all those forgotten things, and I wanted to be like a secret handshake, The Ramones, Gaba Gaba Hey, they took it from a very old horror movie that was called Freaks. And the phrase was, Gaba Gaba Hey, we accept you. And, I wanted, to be filled with footnotes, for things like people to hear the song and actually discover other things through the lyrics, discover the Ramones. Because in the end, in New York, like in the United States, it's obvious who are the Ramones, but in Venezuela, like, it's only a part of the population knows it. So for me, it was very important that people get to know it, and also like know part of our history, in the sense like radio stations actually once played music that was interesting and was different, and for people to remember that. Master is a pop album, most of the songs are like
12 songs are.
Yeah, 12 songs for minutes, but
it's very pop.
Yeah,
it's a very pop approach.
Yeah, it was very complicated because the songs we play in Nuestra, they actually, some of them go back even to that time when we were at the abandoned apartment, and some of them were like 5 minutes noise drones, and then there came the song. What happens, like, things got like started having more shape as long as time went by.
A very dangerous show. Like one time we had this concert in a square, in a public square. We had a free concert.
I wouldn't say dangerous.
Yes,
well,
yes, a little. No, well, dangerous, not the word, but we collapsed the city, basically.
Yeah, things
the traffic.
Things are getting like crazy in Caracas now.
Yeah, it's getting out of control.
Soy un hombre sincero, donde crece la palma. Soy un hombre sincero, donde crece la palma.
New York means a lot to us in various sense. Like, just for starters, Fania, the sound of New York, like Latin New York, started here. Punk started, like a lot of stuff that influenced us started here in New York. For us, those are things like we feel like in some way like people go to Mecca, we're coming to our Mecca to pay our dues, to pay our respects.
Yeah, it's like a church for us. It's the big city. Yeah. We didn't realize it was so important to us.
Yeah, until we came. This is our first album. It's called Nuestra. It's out on Nacional Records. If you want to get it, it's in your stores. We're going to be playing a lot in the United States. So if you want to catch the show, you should check out our dates. Are in Twitter at Vida Boheme. That's VIDABOHEME. And if you like it, please come and tell us. We'd love to hear from you.